The Tyler community gathered Sunday at Bergfeld Park to honor political activist Charlie Kirk. The memorial brought together hundreds to remember his life and legacy.
Big news today, the Trump administration is expected to announce a shocking link between Tylenol use during pregnancy and autism. We'll have a preview of that announcement coming up.
And how a sticky challenge this September is helping fill shelves and fight food insecurity in our community. We'll be speaking with the East Texas Food Bank coming up.
And it is our first day of fall today, but it certainly will not be feeling like it. We'll go over temperature trends and your full forecast coming up. So stay right there because Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus starts right now.
Together, we're putting East Texas first. You're watching Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus.
Our top story this morning, tens of thousands gathered in Arizona yesterday to honor the life of conservative activist Charlie Kirk, who was shot and killed earlier this month at a debate in Utah. At the emotional memorial, Kirk's widow, Erica, spoke about forgiveness, while President Trump praised his legacy and called him a martyr for American freedom. We'll have more on this story in just a few minutes.
Well, good morning, y'all. Thanks for staying with us on CBS 19 Plus. I'm Ayana Aird, filling in for Jesus Martinez this morning. Dana, what a pleasure to be with you this morning.
It is so nice to be with you.
Oh my gosh.
And with the folks here streaming on CBS 19 Plus. And Joel, he tells us that it's fall, Ayana, but it feels nothing like that out there.
It's so hot outside, but I'm looking forward to that fall weather, though.
Oh, bring it on Wednesday. Come on.
Right, yeah. We got that cold front coming in and whoosh. We're going to get some nice cooler temperatures for the second half of the week. Bring it on, right? Those temperatures right now are definitely above average, and that's going to carry into this afternoon as well. You can just see how humid it is. It got some clouds right overhead and temperatures mild in the middle 70s across the area. And this afternoon, I think we're going to be seeing highs in the low to mid 90s. So again, a little bit above average for this time of year. CBS 19 live radar, a nice clean sweep across the area. We do have some showers and thunderstorms off to the north. We have a flash flood warning in effect for Denton County there for those heavy thunderstorms there. It's just kind of staying stationary there, just dumping a lot of rain, but we should be pretty rain free into this afternoon for the most part. Again, you're heading out the door with temperatures in the middle 70s. This afternoon will be around 91 degrees, south winds 10 miles per hour. That mix of clouds and sun will have a little bit of influence from that southerly wind from the Gulf. That'll bring in a couple of showers to the forecast, but it'll be a very low end chance of rain for today and into tomorrow. Better chance of rain is going to be ahead of that cold front for the first half of Wednesday with some heavy rain and some gusty winds as well. We'll go over the details in your full forecast coming up.
Tens of thousands of people packed into an Arizona stadium yesterday to pay their respects to Charlie Kirk, the conservative activist and influencer who was shot and killed during a public debate at a Utah university earlier this month.
Yeah, more than a dozen speakers praised Kirk and his legacy. President Trump called Kirk a great American hero. And Kirk's widow, Erica, vowed to carry out her husband's mission. CBS News' Bradley Blackburn has more from New York.
He wanted to save young men, just like the one who took his life.
During an emotional tribute, Erica Kirk told thousands of mourners she forgives the man accused of killing her husband, conservative activist Charlie Kirk.
The answer to hate is not hate. The answer we know from the gospel is love, and always love.
Moments later, President Trump took the stage and sounded a different note.
That's where I disagreed with Charlie. I hate my opponent, and I don't want the best for them. I'm sorry.
In his remarks, the president praised Charlie Kirk.
He's a martyr now for American freedom.
And veered into politics.
Tariffs are making us rich again. We're going to save Chicago.
The president was seen smiling and chatting with former advisor, billionaire Elon Musk, as top officials took to the stage, some issuing a call to action in Kirk's name.
For Charlie, we will rebuild this United States of America to greatness.
They cannot imagine what they have awakened.
27-year-old Arizona resident Harrison Stevens said the messages invigorated the crowd.
People are using the term like picking up the bloody microphone that Charlie left behind. And I think that Turning Point will definitely grow.
President Trump again said he plans to posthumously award Kirk the Presidential Medal of Freedom soon. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
The Tyler community also gathered to remember Charlie Kirk, the memorial happening at Bergfeld Park. It was put together by Lacey Warren, who decided to organize something after she saw other people on Facebook asking about a potential memorial for Kirk here in the Rose City. Sunday's remembrance featured a time of praise and worship, and it also included a prayer dedicated to Kirk's family. He leaves behind a wife and 2 children. Warren admits that when she started advertising the memorial, she had no idea it would gain this much traction.
I expected maybe a handful of people. I don't have many Facebook friends. I thought we would get a sign and stand on the side of the street, but day by day, everyone here helped grow this event, more shares on Facebook, more interactions, and we had a pretty large turnout, and I couldn't be more blessed to have seen everybody here.
East Texas Christian artist and Grammy winner Chris Tomlin performed in Glendale yesterday at the Charlie Kirk Memorial Service. Tens of thousands were in attendance, including Congressman Nathaniel Moran, who took to social media about the event.
I'm calling on all East Texas to pray. We want to pray for spiritual revival across this nation, pray that there would be civil political discourse and debate throughout this nation, but more than that there would be a spiritual renewal in the minds and the hearts of people across the land to come to the saving knowledge of Jesus Christ. And I am certain that today is the beginning of a spiritual turning point. East Texas, pray with me.
Kirk's memorial comes as political figures are increasingly worried about threats and attempted attacks. The White House recently asked for $58 million for more security funding for executive and judicial branch employees.
Over the last 11 days, we have heard stories of commentators, influencers, and others in our society who greeted his assassination with sick approval, excuses, or even jubilation. You've heard that. So have I. Couldn't believe it. Some of the very same people who spent the last 8 years trying to sit in moral judgment of anyone who disagreed with them about politics suddenly started cheering for a murder.
A major announcement expected today from the Trump administration about what causes autism. Reports say today's announcement is expected to link the development of autism in children with the use of the pain reliever Tylenol during pregnancy. Now, along with the vitamin folate often taken by women to help a baby's brain and spine develop. President Trump gave that brief preview that is, during yesterday's memorial service for Charlie Kirk.
We're going to be talking in the Oval Office in the White House about autism, how it happens, so we won't let it happen anymore, and how to get at least somewhat better when you have it, so that parents can help their child, their beautiful child.
President Trump's Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. had previously pledged to determine the cause of autism. Autism awareness advocates have called RFK's promises harmful, misleading, and unrealistic.
Lufkin police arrested a man Friday linked to an unusual drug case while Texas Rangers were conducting a separate murder investigation in Shelby County. According to Lufkin Police, Avant Nicholson was taken into custody after Rangers requested assistance during a search for a murder suspect. Rangers were at a home in the 1300 block of Scott Street in Lufkin around 2 p.m. Friday when they asked local officers to help search the residence. Officers found Nicholson inside the home. While he was not the suspect Rangers were looking for, investigators say they questioned him as a witness in the murder case. Nicholson had already been wanted by Lufkin Police since April 20th when he was connected to plastic Easter eggs filled with marijuana that were left at 3 city parks in a local motel. 4 warrants have been issued for Nicholson, 3 counts of delivery of marijuana in a drug-free zone, and 1 state jail felony charge of delivery of marijuana. Police said the marijuana stashed in the eggs totaled more than 1/4 of an ounce. And a Russ football player is expected to make a full recovery. Now, his family tells CBS19 after suffering from a severe injury during the second half of a game against Troop High School on Friday. The game came to a halt when Rush Jr. Aiden Adams went down. Coaches, players, and cheerleaders from both Rusk ISD and Troop ISD gathered on the sideline, kneeling and joining hands in prayer for Adams. Spectators in the stands bowed their heads, creating a powerful scene of unity under the East Texas lights. A source close to Aiden's family tells CBS19 that he suffered temporary paralysis from a hit to the back of the head and a severe concussion. And Blaine Keith Milam was sentenced to 15 years ago, to death 15 years ago for the role in the murder of 13-month-old Amora Bain Carson. Today we know exactly when the execution will be. The Texas Department of Criminal Justice declared Milam's death to take place September 25th after 2 previously stays of execution in January of 2019 and the other in 2021. Amora was the daughter of Milam's ex-fiance. Together, they reported her death after what they called an exorcism took place on the child in the trailer. Medical examiners found bite marks on the child and fractures on her head and possible strangulation, along with evidence of sexual assault. Jessica admitted she was present for the exorcism and is currently serving a sentence at the Crane unit in Gatesville. Now, a suspended Tyler doctor will spend the next 8 years behind bars after being convicted of sexually assaulting patients after taking a plea. Dr. Kenneth Haygood, who was set to go to trial today, pleaded guilty Friday to 2 counts of sexual assault as part of an agreement of 5 additional sexual assault counts, 1 charge of aggravated sexual assault of a child, and a charge of practicing medicine without a license were dropped. Haygood had previously been accused of assaulting patients during medical exams, going as far back to 2007 and as recently as 2021. The Texas Medical Board suspended Haygood last year, saying he continued treating female patients despite a ban and called him a threat to public welfare.
It's 7:13, time for your morning headlines. The FBI has arrested the man accused of opening fire into the lobby of a TV station. No one was hurt in what police are calling a drive-by shooting at the local ABC affiliate in Sacramento, California on Friday. Police arrested 64-year-old Anibal Hernandez Santana early Saturday morning. And then hours after posting bail, he was arrested again by the FBI for violating a federal statute. Police have not figured out a motive for that shooting. The UN Security Council will hold an emergency meeting today to discuss Russian incursions over Estonia's airspace. Estonia requested the emergency meeting after 3 Russian fighter jets entered its airspace without permission on Friday. The incident comes amidst Russia's ongoing war with Ukraine. And Kansas City Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce is a little lighter in the wallet this morning. The NFL fined Kelce for more than $14,000 for an obscene gesture that he made during last week's game against the Philadelphia Eagles at Arrowhead Stadium. The league fined Kelce for unsportsmanlike conduct. The Chiefs lost that game to the Eagles 20-17.
All right, y'all, it's time for our question of the day. I'm actually really looking forward to this. What was your most ridiculous childhood fear?
Are they ridiculous?
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Fears, though?
Yeah, I feel like it's valid.
Yeah, what's a ridiculous?
And what's not, right?
Yeah, what's
Right.
ridiculous and what's not?
Mine is snakes for sure, still is.
Really? Yeah, I feel like that's...
I had like a dark hallway in one of my houses, and I would start at the hallway and like run and jump in my bed. I have no clue.
Oh, that's so fun.
Yeah,
Maybe you were
no.
just scared of the dark.
Maybe. I was definitely scared that there might be some snake.
Have you seen one though?
In my
your
house?
hallway?
No.
Yeah.
Not then I
okay.
hadn't, although one time when I was in high school, I thought I had, and my neighbor from across the street had to come over and like make sure that everything was
she had
okay.
to check
It was
the
like
house.
my guy
Snake-proof
friend.
the
It was like
house.
one of my best guy friends. And he was like, "You're good." I think it was like, you know how sometimes those little chameleons will get in your house or whatever?
Like a little,
Oh.
yeah.
I think that's all it was. I saw a
Little
tail.
things.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You're
I
like,
would say mine was when I was I had a fear of getting eaten by a shark.
Okay.
Okay.
I used to have dreams when that's kind of weird, but I used to have dreams when I was little that like I would like get, I don't know.
Did you go to the ocean a lot?
When I was younger, kind of, not really, not enough to be scared of sharks.
I think
don't
it's
know.
okay.
Maybe some movies. I used to watch a lot of movies. And
If it's your own fear,
Yeah,
I get it. What about you, Joel?
I always, so like we had, I don't know about you guys, but I had a basement growing up, and every time it shut off the lights to go back upstairs, I'd run up the stairs because I thought somebody was behind me because it was dark.
Sound like me.
Yeah.
You thought people were behind you. I thought the snakes were coming for me.
That's so funny. That's me too, though.
People are talking on people are going off on this on Facebook. I love it. Melody says quicksand. Okay, I had an unusual fear of quicksand as a child too. I'd never seen any, still haven't seen any, but thought for sure because of the movies that I was going down in the quicksand.
Yeah, the Disney movie Starstruck. I don't know if
I haven't seen it.
Our viewers out there have seen Starstruck, but it was a scene in there when she like almost drowned in the quicksand.
Yes.
So I can understand that. That's scary. I don't know where some are, but
Melody also says her clothes catching on fire.
Scary.
I would practice stop, drop, and roll in my front yard all the time, just in case.
That's funny.
I love y'all's guesses. All right, go over to Facebook. We've got the question up and running, so you can go and check it out and give us your fear. And I don't think it's ridiculous if it's your fear.
Yeah,
Never
I agree.
Ridiculous.
Is the traffic good or ridiculous?
I think the traffic's actually pretty good. Not so ridiculous there for sure. All right, let's get on over to our CBS19 on scene unit. This morning we are on Highway 31 East. Wow, it's just gorgeous out there. Traffic nice and light in that direction. The sun is beginning to rise, and it's a just gorgeous morning to be outside. Just definitely on the hotter and humid side, that is for sure. Let's take you on over to I-20 this morning. Things are also in pretty good shape as you head out the door. We got about a 2-hour commute to Dallas as we head out to I-20. And then as we go into Shreveport's, things are also shaping up to be pretty nice. We got an hour and 30-minute commute over in that direction. Things are looking pretty good on US 69 as well. Got a 2.5-hour commute to Denison and an hour and 30 minutes to get to Lufkin. CBS 19 live radar, pretty quiet here across East Texas. The only activity that we're watching for is a larger area of thunderstorms just north of the Metroplex. We do have some flash flood warnings in effect for Denton County, so if you are heading in that direction, just heads up. There are some very heavy thunderstorms over just north of the Metroplex, and it is actually moving a little bit further to the south. That could potentially include the Metroplex, but again, that's something to keep an eye on. We should be pretty dry all the way through this afternoon, maybe a couple of pop-up showers very briefly, but most of us, again, should be pretty dry and in pretty good shape. We're just going to be above average temperature-wise. Temperatures, again, starting off in the middle 70s. All clear this morning, by the way, from any sort of travel impacts, and by this afternoon should be in pretty good shape as well. Green ×3 for this afternoon, and temperatures above average in the low to mid 90s.
September is Hunger Action Month, and right now a campaign is underway at the East Texas Food Bank to help raise food insecurity awareness and fill shelves at the same time. This sticky but meaningful challenge can make a big difference in the community. Tim Butler, Chief Development Officer for the East Texas Food Bank, joins us live. You stuck around for our streaming show. Thank you for being here.
Yeah,
Good morning.
happy to be here.
Yeah, so this month you are having your second annual peanut butter competition between Tyler and Longview. Why peanut butter?
Yeah, peanut butter is just a staple for all of our pantries across East Texas. We serve about 170,000 families every year. When people come into the pantry, they need good protein items, but not all of them have access to refrigerators or freezers. So peanut butter is really important for people to take that home, eat something that's full of protein and easy to make. A lot of people like it.
Right, absolutely. So where does the competition stay now? Who's winning, Tyler or Longview?
Yeah, Longview's killing it right now.
Really?
So they're up, I think, 2,200 jars to about 600 jars. So there's still a whole week left. If Tyler's trying to make a comeback, now's the time.
Right, so this is the last week for the competition. How does the competition work?
Right, so there are two different ways that people can donate peanut butter. One is they can go to a local Super One, Brookshire's, or Fresh. If you go to the store, there's a big East Texas Food Bank barrel kind of at the front. You can drop off your peanut butter there, or you can go to our website, easttexasfoodbank.org, and you can donate either to Longview or Tyler, and we'll purchase that peanut butter on your behalf.
Wow, well that's awesome. So what is the current status of hunger in East Texas?
Yeah, so there are a lot of food insecure people. So that's the term that we use in food banking, food insecurity, which essentially means people don't know where their next meal is coming from. So there are over 200,000 food insecure individuals. It's 1 in 5 adults and 1 in 4 kids. So it's just It's a pretty dramatic need, and that's kind of what Hunger Action Month is all about, is kind of bringing the community together to address the need.
Yeah, and what kind of programs are through the East Texas Food Bank, and how are you all combating this food insecurity issue?
Yeah, the biggest program we have is with our partner food pantries. So here in Tyler, people have heard of PATH or Tyler Family Assistance. In Longview, there's Longview Community Ministries, but we have 140 food pantries out there. A lot of them are local churches or organizations that are just trying to feed their neighbors. So we served 34 million meals last year through our partners.
Wow. So this is the second year you all are doing this peanut butter drive. What has been the biggest difference you've seen this year versus last year?
I just really like seeing the community come together and help any way that they can, whether it's donating a jar of peanut butter or two, or volunteering in their local food pantry, or donating money for peanut butter. It's just really great to see.
Yeah, and how can people get involved to continue the East Texas Food Bank mission?
Yeah, there are 3 different ways to help. You can volunteer, you can donate money, or you can donate food, just like this peanut butter drive. If you go to easttexasfoodbank.org, you can see all of those options listed there, and we'd love your help.
Absolutely. So for everyone out here who's watching this right now, remind us again how people can participate in this peanut butter drive, and when is the last day?
Yeah, so the last day is this week, officially, I think Thursday at midnight, right before Friday. You can go to Fresh, you can go to Super One, you can go to Brookshire's and donate physical jars of peanut butter, or you can go to easttexasfoodbank.org and donate money so we can purchase peanut butter on your behalf.
Absolutely, and I know one of the biggest things that's always important for you all to have volunteers, you know, throughout the year at the food bank. How can people get involved with that?
Yeah, so our headquarters are here in Tyler, but we also have pantries in Lufkin, Longview, and Texarkana. But all of those food pantries I mentioned before could use volunteers. So if you go to, again, easttexasfoodbank.org, click, there's a little yellow button that says Find Food. It's going to list all of our pantries. They'd love for you and your families to come help, I'm sure.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you so much, Tim, for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
All right, coming up, a special memorial at Stewart Family Funeral Home honoring Charlie Kirk. Find out how the community is coming together to remember and support his family.
Good morning, y'all. I'm Ayana Aird.
And I'm Dana Dixon. Thanks for being with us for this news update. A Rusk football player is expected to make a full recovery, his family tells CBS19, after suffering from a severe injury. It happened during Friday night's game against Troop. Now, the game came to a halt when Rusk Jr. Aiden Adams went down. Coaches, players, and cheerleaders from both Rusk and Troop gathered on the sidelines, kneeling and joining hands in prayer for Adams. Spectators in the stands also bowed their heads, creating a powerful scene of unity under the Friday night lights. Now, a source close to Aiden's family tells CBS19 that he suffered temporary paralysis from a hit to the back of the head and had a severe concussion.
Now to a suspended Tyler doctor who will spend the next 8 years behind bars after being convicted of sexually assaulting patients. Dr. Kenneth Haygood, who is set to go to trial today, pleaded guilty Friday to 2 counts of sexual assault. As a part of that agreement, 5 additional sexual assault counts, 1 charge of aggravated sexual assault of a child, and a charge of practicing medicine without a license were dropped. Haygood had previously been accused of assaulting patients during medical exams, going as far back as 2007 and as recently as 2021.
Well, at Stewart Family Funeral Home, a memorial honoring political activist Charlie Kirk is drawing visitors from across the community. A guest book has been placed inside for anyone who wants to leave a message of sympathy, remembrance, or support. Chris Stewart, president of Stewart Family Funeral Home, hopes this gesture brings comfort to Erica Kirk and helps the community process a shared sense of loss.
I don't think we've had as many people come by and sign a book before as we have for Charlie Kirk. And the reason we did it, we want her to realize that even in a small community, there's a lot of outpouring of love because he was taken so soon in his life. You know, with a wife and 2 young kids, it's just a tragic loss. It's a loss to not just her, but to everyone that knew him and saw him and knew what he stood for.
Stewart says they've put out the guest book in the past for Queen Elizabeth and even former U.S. presidents, but never had this response. The book will be available to sign through the 26th. All right, let's get over to Joel now and get an update on our forecast. Feels nothing like fall, Joel.
Yeah, it definitely does not. We're going to be above average for this afternoon, and we're going to be pretty rain-free all the way through this afternoon as well, despite maybe a couple of showers coming in from the south. Got some sea breeze showers that will possibly be setting up over deep East Texas for this afternoon, but most of us will be pretty dry. It's roughly a 10 to 20% chance of rain for today and even into tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be roughly the same story, that south wind holding on, bringing in some sea breeze showers and possibly some thunderstorms again across deep East Texas. But the biggest chance for rain will be coming in as we move into Wednesday. We got a cold front coming in that'll bring in some gusty winds and heavy rainfall with some of these thunderstorms. And then after that, fall will finally be catching up with us with high temperatures in the low to mid 80s.
Well, welcome back to Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus. I'm Ayana Aird filling in for Jesus this morning.
Yeah, this is what's coming up in our second half hour. In Tyler, the community gathered to honor political activist Charlie Kirk with an emotional memorial at Bergfeld Park. We'll have a recap in just a few minutes.
In East Texas, women gathered in Tyler this weekend to march and raise awareness about reproductive rights. We'll have the details of this powerful message just ahead.
And it's a non-fall-like forecast for the first half of the week. We got temperatures above average for today and tomorrow. Then we will be introducing a cold front on Wednesday that will bring us the chance, it's a low-end chance, but still a chance, for severe thunderstorms for your Wednesday morning. I'll show you the details in your forecast coming up on Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus.
Together, we're putting East Texas first. You're watching Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus.
Good morning, y'all. Thanks for staying with us here on CBS 19 Plus. I'm Dana Dixon.
Well, we're glad you're with us this morning. Dana, so glad to be here with you.
Glad.
Joel.
Absolutely. We're going to get to our top headlines now here on CBS 19 Plus. In Tyler, the community came together Sunday evening at Bergfeld Park to honor and remember political activist Charlie Kirk. CBS 19's Will Riddell has more.
I'm grateful for the fact that Charlie Kirk brought all of us together in life, but especially in death.
The Tyler community gathered at Bergfeld Park Sunday evening to remember the life of Charlie Kirk, killed September 10th after being shot in Utah.
And if there's one thing we can take away from what Charlie did, was he opened up everyone's eyes that Christ is near. And as followers, we've got to get things right. And it starts by loving your neighbor, whether you like them or not.
Sunday's memorial was the idea of Lacey Warren posting about a gathering on Facebook and not knowing she would get the response she did.
I think the community really feels a hole in its heart. I thought we would get a sign and stand on the side of the street, but day by day, everyone here helped grow this event.
Sunday's remembrance event featured music and worship, plus dedicated times of prayer to support the Kirk family and today's youth.
You are raising up young people. You're raising up children, God. They are not the church of tomorrow. They are the church of today. They are the church of right now, Lord God.
Kirk's followers pledging to continue the work he was doing at the time of his assassination.
And I really do think, like she said, that we need to take a stand as everybody together that was supporting him to, take up and go after his legacy.
Don't be afraid to express your faith. Be the light in a dark world.
Reporting in Tyler, Will Riddell, CBS 19.
That is East Texas Christian artist and Grammy winner Chris Tomlin, who performed in Glendale yesterday at the Charlie Kirk Memorial Service. Tens of thousands of people were in attendance, including Congressman Nathaniel Moran, who took to social media about the event.
I'm calling on all East Texas to pray. We want to pray for spiritual revival across this nation. Pray that there would be civil political discourse and debate throughout this nation. But more than that there would be a spiritual renewal in the minds and the hearts of people across the land to come to the saving knowledge of Jesus Christ. And I am certain that today is the beginning of a spiritual turning point. East Texas, pray with me.
Also in attendance, Trump's entire cabinet. Now, the president called Kirk one of the great people and announced an investigation into, quote, radical left maniacs who fund, organize, fuel, and perpetrate political violence.
Over the last 11 days, we have heard stories of commentators, influencers, and others in our society who greeted his assassination with sick approval, excuses, or even jubilation. You've heard that. So have I. Couldn't believe it. Some of the very same people who spent the last 8 years trying to sit in moral judgment of anyone who disagreed with them about politics suddenly started cheering for a murder.
Kirk's memorial comes as political figures are increasingly worried about threats and attempted attacks. The White House recently asked for $58 million more security funding for executive and judicial branch employees.
Well, some East Texas women are standing up and speaking out to empower others.
Yeah, the Voices for Justice Women's March and Expo was just the beginning of getting their message out. CBS 19's Will Riddell was there to catch all the action.
East Texas women banded together in Tyler on Saturday to raise their voices in unison. Laura Odom is the data director for the Northeast Texas National Organization for Women, the group that hosted Saturday's Voices for Justice.
Our reproductive freedom is diminishing. We are losing access to abortion. Planned Parenthood is gone from Tyler.
The Planned Parenthood clinic in Tyler ended its in-person services back in July. Dana Lynch is an East Texas artist who had a booth at Voices for Justice. She fears for future generations.
My daughter has less rights than I have. You know, we're growing up. She has less rights, and she should have more rights. I have a girl and a boy, and I worry about both of them.
But just like Odom, Lynch isn't sitting back. She's getting involved and using her artistic abilities to take a stance, making signs for protesters.
So I always try to put something on there that is fun, but they also have to really hit you. It has to be something that says, oh, that involves me. That's part of what's happened to me.
Odom is asking for community support, saying it's a frightening time to stand up and speak out on what you believe.
Everything that's happening right now, people are afraid to come out and support any political cause. And women's rights really shouldn't be political at that. I do want to say that. But it is viewed as political, and people are afraid to turn out. So very important to show up. Very important to be brave.
I can't get out there and do the big speaking engagements or even do a lot of the marching, but I can make signs. So yeah, small part.
Reporting in Tyler, Will Riddell, CBS 19.
The March and Expo will return to the W.T. Brookshire Center Conference next year on September 19th.
Well, it was a big year for the East Texas State Fair this year. 2025, first time we've had the addition of a PRCA-sanctioned rodeo to the festivities. But while the rodeo may be new, the staple at any good fair is the food, and you can still get your hands on some. If you're going to the fair, though, don't waste time maybe counting calories. That's going to be real tough. Instead, just loosen up the old belt buckle just a titch. Sure, you'll find the usual suspects at this year's fair, like corn dogs, which I love, and nachos dripping with cheese. But there are also some other options that might surprise you. Elephant ears are being upgraded at one particular spot, and Casey's Barbecue is proving that some offerings, like the loaded avocado, don't have to be battered and dropped in oil to earn their credentials. Feeling hungry now?
I've got an elephant ear, and it is called the Promised Land. So it's, I think it was cinnamon, sugar, honey, and cream cheese.
Do you feel like you're in the Promised Land?
It's really good.
Oh, yeah.
10 out of 10. Best non-fried food at the fair. Get some.
All right, why don't you bring us some?
Sounds so good. Oh my gosh, I'm hungry.
And you still, the fair is going on all this week, so go get yourself some food. I've never had an elephant ear.
Me either. Might have to
try
that. You should try it when you go.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've had funnel cakes. I think they're very similar to funnel cakes.
That's what it looked like when she was taking a bite of it.
Yeah,
and I love a funnel cake, so
Oh.
I guess I like an elephant ear too.
Right,
Very
okay.
good.
And speaking of the fair, the Texas State Fair is back this Friday. Get ready to bring all the excitement, flavor, and fun to Dallas. The Texas State Fair is the longest running fair in the nation and one of the largest. Now this year you can expect everything from iconic corn dogs and fried Snickers to new creations like churro cheesecake, jalapeno popper, and more. The fair opens this Friday and runs through October 19th, so there's plenty of time to get in on the action and the food. It's the best part, right?
It is. I mean, I love the food at that fair. They have so
exciting.
many cool little offerings,
Yeah.
you know, that they bring out. So I like to go and try whatever is new, and they get all the awards. But that churro jalapeno situation,
That sounds good to me.
really
That
good.
sounds really good.
I've never been yet, so I'm going to have to
Oh
get
my
over
gosh,
there
that's so
for sure.
exciting.
You got to add that one to your Texas bucket list too.
I think you're right.
Yeah, so are you going to both fairs, the East Texas one and the one in Dallas?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I really hope so. Absolutely.
Have you been to both?
I have been, I have actually. Yeah. I went to the East Texas State Fair last year, and I actually haven't been to the Texas State Fair since high school, like 11th grade.
You gotta go this year,
I know,
girl.
I'm gonna try to go. Thank goodness it is until the end of October, so I have plenty of
you
time
got
to
time.
go. Yeah.
Well, an all-new season of The Price is Right kicks off today on CBS with a new game called The Lion's Share. The high-stakes pricing game is a collaboration between BET MGM, and Fremantle. Now, it is the first custom brand game in the show's history. The contestants can win up to $500,000. New episodes of The Price is Right, hosted by Drew Carey, air weekdays here on CBS. I've got to see the new show.
Oh my God.
Yeah, changing it up a little
so
bit,
cool.
huh?
Yeah, I love
That's
that.
kinda
I
neat.
wonder what season this is for them.
Oh,
it's been on for
forever.
a long
If you could play
time.
one game, though, and The Price is Right, do you have one that you like? I do. I have like a favorite.
I know the game, but I don't know the name of it. You go first.
It's Plinko. It's the one you drop and the little thing goes all the way down.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I don't think
That's
there's
a
any
good-
actual skill to it. I just like watching it drop and seeing what happens.
What about you, Joel?
I probably that one, if I had to guess.
The one that it's like
About the
guessing
same.
how much food is and trying to.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really bad at that.
Me
so.
too. But hey, you might get lucky. Maybe
Might
one
get
day
lucky.
if you go on the show.
I doubt it. And I think I would do terrible at that final showcase thing.
Wow. Yeah, it's so funny because one of my church members actually went on The Price is
Really?
Right last year. Yes.
What?
I walked into work and, you know, we have the TVs playing and I looked and I was like, is that Samantha? It was the most randomest thing ever.
How'd
But,
she do?
Yeah. I don't even remember. I don't know if they won. But
It
I
was an
like,
experience.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty cool.
Well, Taylor Swift returns to the big screen to mark the release of her 12th studio album, The Life of a Showgirl, October 3rd. From the 3rd through the 5th, fans can hit AMC theaters nationwide to see Taylor Swift, the official release party of A Showgirl. Now, the film includes the exclusive world premiere of Swift's new music video, The Fate of Ophelia, along with never-before-seen footage from the album.
Yeah, that's so cool. I've never really seen the making of an album show up in theaters.
Theaters.
But
That's
That is
awesome.
interesting.
She's really killing it.
I know. If anybody's going to do it,
Yeah,
it's going to be Taylor
It's gonna be
Swift.
Taylor. It's
Right,
gonna be
right.
Taylor.
She's been back-to-back albums for a minute now.
There'll be lots of people
Yeah.
watching that.
Absolutely.
All right, let's get to sports now.
It's time for CBS 19 Sports.
Hello and welcome to sports. I'm Jimmy Searfoss. We're glad you're with us. Well, how about them Cowboys? I guess more like Owl Boys these days, especially if you're watching that defense, because man, it's been a pain. They give up more yards than nearly every single team in the NFL. Yesterday, they took a trip up to the Windy City and left a lot of fans looking like this guy right here, but it also left Caleb Williams looking like this. I mean, why wouldn't he? He threw for 298 yards, 4 touchdowns. The Bears put up 31 points yesterday. You know the last time the Bears put up over 30 points? October of last year. Yeah, it's been a while. Javonte Williams, he looked okay running for the Cowboys, over 7 yards a carry, but then he did this. Yeah, that somehow lost the ball. It looked like he was going out of bounds. It looked like maybe, you know, what happened here? But it ended up having the Bears turn this one over. Look at the peanut punch. Tyreek Stevenson looking like Charles Tillman, stripping that Bears ball. All of a sudden, the Chicago gets in possession. So this one gets set up early on. Williams finds Odunze all by himself. He just straight up beat the guy. 35-yarder in an early lead for the Bears. Cowboys got within 80 yards, which means they get a field goal, and then this happened. 60% of the time works every time. The old flea flicker, baby. That's a 65-yarder. Bears up 14-3. This is all in just the first half, guys. Cowboys need to stay in the game. Dak is going to fake it here, roll out to his left, finds George Pickens, one-hander in the end zone. So the Cowboys tack on their first touchdown of the day in the second quarter. That Cowboy defense just made the Bears look like 2013 Broncos, man. I mean, nobody was within 5 yards of Kmet here. That one sent him into the half. Didn't get much better from there. Bears scored again at the end of the third. Cowboys put up nearly 400 yards of offense in this one. Also gave up nearly 400 yards of offense and one flying receiver. Defensive coordinator Matt Eberflus couldn't have been happy with the performance from his boys. But wait a minute, where did he used to coach?
He was my coach. He's a defense coordinator, and he coached me, and he had tendencies himself, and I had tendencies myself, and I think I've grown, and he's probably grown as a D coordinator. So just being able to, like I said, go in there and adjust.
Very carefully chosen words there. Cowboys dropped that game 31-14 yesterday and might have lost CeeDee Lamb for a bit. The star wide receiver had his ankle fallen on. It is sprained. They're trying to figure out how bad. He did come back for a few plays, but that was just about it. It was a loss all around for the boys.
I wouldn't say anything in this game's demoralizing. It's hard. It's frustrating. But I love that. That's what life's about. Is adversity, fighting back, not being in the best position, and trusting yourself and trusting others around you. And I think just as a team, we've got to be better in that position. We've got to be better when things get hard. I'm not going to get overwhelmed that it doesn't seem like we can stop them. I believe in our offense, and I don't think people can stop us. And
Cowboys going to see an old friend in Dallas next week. We'll see if they can stop them. Packers and Micah Parsons coming to Texas. Down in Jacksonville, things weren't prettier on either end. 3-10 in the fourth quarter. Stroud finally hits his man Nico Collins wide open. They score their first touchdown of the ball game in the fourth. It took 40 minutes of football, but finally some things started getting interesting. Trevor Lawrence looks down, finds his man over the middle of the field. Brian Thomas picking up 46 yards here in those gorgeous throwback uniforms. Travis Etienne knocking on the door here. He's going to bust through like the Kool-Aid man. Oh, yeah. That was just about all the pretty from the game yesterday. A lot of ugly in this one. Texans still looking for that first win. This is their second loss to a division team. They drop it 17-10. Yesterday down in Houston, this happened. Yeah, look at Zach Cole go deep. I figured you probably wanted to see this and not the part where they give up 7 runs in the second inning. Massively frustrating to be an Astros fan right now. After sweeping the Rangers in what was the most important series of the season last week, the Mariners come to Houston, and the newest important season, or most important series, they end up getting swept by the Mariners. Baseball's a tough game, guys. Astros 3 games out of the division title, sitting in that wild card spot, though. So it looks like they will bake their way into the postseason. But hey, remember these guys?
Pitcher to hitter.
I'm not sure if they remember these guys. Langford went deep here, he crushed it. But this was just one of the 2 runs the Rangers produced yesterday. They ended up dropping their 7th game in a row. Haven't won one since the 13th, and this is at home. Start booking that trip to Cancun, boys. I hear that's great in October. And that's all I got for you. Morning, y'all.
All right, thanks, Jimmy. All right, let's get into your weather. Let's go back to the tropics because we do have some more new information since we last saw it on Morning Y'all. We now have a Category 3 hurricane. That's what Gabrielle is now. Winds of 120 miles per hour, still moving north and eventually moving off to the east and eventually weakening, going away from the United States. But this just in, a Category 3 hurricane there, when we are watching a couple of more areas of energy that have just been updated here as well. We have a 40% chance of development with this area right here. It will have that potential to move across San Juan. So that's something we're going to be having to watch for as we move into the next 7 days. But we do now have a 70% chance with this area of energy right here within the next 7 days, only about a 20% within the next 2 days. But this is your latest information on the tropics now. It's definitely become a lot more active, and we're going to continue to keep our eyes peeled on the tropics for you. Now let's get back to East Texas. Let's take a look at your forecast here. Over the next 4 days here, we are going to be tracking some rain chances specifically, or especially, I should say, going into Wednesday. We have a cold front that will be sweeping in, especially going into Wednesday morning, that is. We have a larger complex of thunderstorms that will be moving in. And on top of that, once that is all clear, we are watching for temperatures to become a little bit more like fall for the second half of the week. We'll take a look at what your full 7-day forecast looks like coming up after this.
Welcome back at 7:52, and it's time for our question of the day. Here it is. What is your most ridiculous childhood fear? And by the way, I don't think it's ridiculous. It's yours and you own it.
Right.
I'm going to say, okay, it's still my fear right now. Wasp.
Oh, yes.
I am terrified of, they're just big and red, and they just, I don't know.
Have you ever been
I'm really
stung by one?
I haven't, and I'm knocking on glass. That never happened.
That never happened.
It doesn't feel very good. I don't recommend
you've
it.
been stung by a
Oh
wasp
yeah,
before?
I don't recommend it.
Do you have any other fears besides thinking that the creatures are coming after you down the hallway?
Yeah. Well, as a kid, I was kind of afraid of loud noises, so like chainsaws and stuff like that. That scared me when I was younger. Just, I don't know, the sound of chainsaws, especially when I was younger, just sounded so disturbing to me.
Have you been to a haunted house and
Oh
been
yeah.
chased by one?
Oh yeah, I don't like it. Don't like it very much.
In addition to snakes getting me in the hallway and the quicksand that I've never encountered, I also used to have a fear of falling. I would have a lot of dreams about falling off cliffs. Never really been to a cliff. Now my fear is bridges. I hate driving on tall bridges.
Same.
I'm like,
yeah,
I white
it's
knuckle it
scary.
the whole time.
Yeah, wow.
People are, a lot of people are talking on Facebook. Michelle says Jaws coming in the toilet and biting her on the bottom.
Okay.
Sissy says my dreams about falling off a cliff. I'm with you on this one.
Yeah.
Donna's with the quicksand. Amber says aliens, and honestly still is. I blame my parents and unsolved mysteries.
Oh, you know,
That's pretty
that's
awesome.
funny.
Here's what I've never heard before: frogs.
Oh.
I'm scared of frogs.
You
too.
are?
Yeah, I'm not.
What
even
is it
lie.
about frogs?
They're just, you never know when they're gonna like jump or jump on you. I don't know. They're just like, it's just a
You've
weird
seen
creature.
some. You've seen some videos, haven't you?
I
I've
just
seen
don't.
some
They're
of
just
those.
creepy. I don't like them.
Kay says snakes in the toilet. You know, I've seen those
all about
stories.
toilets.
I don't know.
I've seen that. They come from the hole.
Yes, it's a no. All right. On that note, we're about to step away for a moment while we do our over-the-air broadcast with a news update.
We'll be right back, right here on CBS 19 Plus. Well, good morning, y'all. I'm Ayana Aird.
And I'm Dana Dixon. Thanks for being with us for this news update. A death row inmate from East Texas is scheduled to be executed this Thursday for his role in the December 2008 killing of a toddler in Rusk County. Blaine Keith Milam was sentenced to death 15 years ago for his role in the murder of 13-month-old Amora Bain Carson. Milam was previously granted 2 stays of execution, one in January 2019, the other in January 2021. The 13-month-old was the daughter of Milam's ex-fiancé. Now, together they reported her death after what they called an exorcism took place on the child in their trailer. Medical examiners found bite marks on the child, a lacerated liver, fractures on her head, and possible strangulation, along with evidence of sexual assault. Jessica admitted she was present for the exorcism and is currently serving a sentence at the Crane unit in Gatesville. Milam and Carson were both 18 years old when they murdered Amora.
The Tyler community also gathered to remember political activist Charlie Kirk. The memorial happened at Bergfield Park. It was put together by Lacey Warren, who decided to organize something after she saw other people on Facebook asking about a potential memorial for Kirk right here in Tyler. Sunday's remembrance featured a time of praise and worship, and it also included a prayer dedicated to Kirk's family. Now he leaves behind a wife and 2 children. Warren admits that when she started advertising the memorial, she had no idea it would gain this much traction.
I expected maybe a handful of people. I don't have many Facebook friends. I thought we would get a sign and stand on the side of the street, but day by day, everyone here helped grow this event. More shares on Facebook, more interactions, and we had a pretty large turnout, and I couldn't be more blessed to have seen everybody here.
An East Texas Christian artist and Grammy winner Chris Tomlin performed in Glendale yesterday at the Charlie Kirk Memorial Service. Tens of thousands of people were in attendance, including Congressman Nathaniel Moran, who took to social media about the event. Well, Joel is definitely not feeling like fall today.
That is for sure. Yeah, temperatures are going to be a little bit above average for this time of year. We'll see temperatures this afternoon in the upper 80s to low 90s. Should be pretty quiet throughout the day. A couple of sea breeze showers could be possible over deep East Texas, but all in all, a pretty dry forecast for today and into tomorrow. Starting off pretty warm tomorrow in the middle 70s. Mostly just dealing with cloud cover, and again, a couple of sea breeze showers across deep East Texas. It's a mostly dry forecast going forward. Now, as we get into Wednesday, we do have a chance for a larger complex of thunderstorms to move into East Texas, and that will bring us a small chance for some gusty winds, maybe even severe winds into Wednesday morning. So we'll keep you updated on that. After that, though, once that cold front moves in, we got temperatures a lot more like fall in the low to mid 80s.
Just after 8 o'clock, news before you go. Tens of thousands of mourners gathered in Glendale, Arizona on Sunday to say goodbye to political activist Charlie Kirk. Kirk was honored at a public memorial, which included addresses by President Trump, Vice President Vance, and Kirk's widow, Erica. During her address, Erica Kirk said that she forgives the man accused of killing her husband.
And a suspended Tyler doctor gets 8 years in prison for sexually assaulting patients. Dr. Kenneth Haygood was set to go to trial today. He pleaded guilty Friday to 2 counts of sexual assault. As a part of that agreement, 5 additional sexual assault counts, 1 charge of aggravated sexual assault of a child, and a charge of practicing medicine without a license were dropped. Haygood had previously been accused of assaulting patients during medical exams, going as far back as 2007 and as recently as 2021.
The Trump administration says a deal to keep TikTok operating in the United States should be complete in a few days. Now, this comes as the president says media mogul Rupert Murdoch and his son Lachlan could be among the investors. Under the new deal, a group of U.S. investors would own 80% of the app, while Chinese investors will own the remaining 20%. All right, let's get one last check of your weather on this Monday, which also just happens to be the first day of fall.
That's right. And as we keep saying, our temperatures are definitely not going to be feeling like fall, at least for the first half of the week. Then we are watching for a cold front to move in by Wednesday. That'll bring us in some showers and thunderstorms for the first half of Wednesday. And then once we get to the other side, on Thursday, Friday through the weekend, it should be a lot more fall-like for your East Texas State Fair forecast. Now, with that complex of thunderstorms that will be moving in by Wednesday, there will be a small chance for some of these showers and thunderstorms to become severe with gusty winds. That's the biggest thing that we're watching for, plus some heavy rainfall. The better chance is going to be further north towards I-30 and further to the north where that 2 out of 5 risk is. But we certainly can't rule out a few gusty winds in the forecast for your Wednesday morning, that is. Now, again, once we get that cold front to move through, we are looking a lot more like fall for the second half of the week and into your weekend with temperatures in the low to mid 80s.
The world's largest chicken dance is taking over at Sawyer Point at Oktoberfest in Cincinnati as the festival celebrates the city's German heritage with food, music, and steins. Hundreds of thousands are expected to attend, with Family Day wrapping up on Sunday. Kid-friendly games and live entertainment. Doesn't that look like so much fun?
I don't know what it is about the chicken dance that just makes you smile and feel like a child all over again. Because you look silly. Everybody looks silly.
Everybody looks goofy, and you just own it.
Exactly.
You know?
It's a fun dance. I haven't heard that song in a long time.
Can you do the chicken dance?
Yeah.
We're good.
Like a lot of fun.
So
we should have all been there.
We should have been there. We had added 3 to their little record or whatever they're trying to
That's
get.
so funny. Chicken dance on air.
On air.
Oh,
First.
man.
Was that a first?
Yeah.
Okay.
First.
All right. Thanks so much for continuing your day with us here on Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus. Catch the noon show coming up on CBS 19 Plus and CBS 19.
Yes. Keep it here for the latest news and weather throughout the day. Y'all have a great morning.